Protests continue right now across the country, including right here in Baltimore. Hello, everybody. I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Denise Koch. Our city, just one place where we are seeing people demanding protesting over the police-involved death of George Floyd in Minneapolis last week.
And the demonstrations today into tonight, mostly peaceful, but Maryland State Police, they have just been called in to assist now. We know a couple of arrests have reportedly been made. Here's a live look right now from Chopper 13.
Now, we have extensive live team coverage tonight. We're going to begin with reporter Joy Burnett. She has been with those protesters all afternoon, all evening long. What's going on now, Joy?
Hey there, so right now we are in front of City Hall, and most of the protesters here have dwindled from thousands to just a handful right now. Police officers are still lining the front of this building right now. As you mentioned, BPD has called in the Maryland State Police for assistance after accusations that some people were throwing illegal fireworks into areas that were populated with people. We're not sure if this was towards the police officers or some of the other protesters. But keep in mind, this is a culmination of what happened for several hours earlier today. Peaceful protests with thousands of people started at the convention center, meandered throughout the city, went onto I-83, and then ended up back here at City Hall. We saw no arrests during those periods. This was the start of the protests of Baltimore's convention center. Chopper 13 showed the magnitude. Hundreds, possibly thousands of people showed up early so their voices could be heard. This is a demonstration organized by young people for young people. And the message from the start was one of peace and solidarity.
This is what democracy looks like.
We found this doctor in the crowd.
Just sadness. You can't help but cry. And our patients are a whole diversity of people, and this could be any of our patients.
Also here, a young man who joined in after seeing the movement from his apartment.
It just was disheartening to see that we're still not getting the respect that we deserve. We still gotta drop our hostile feet, for a routine traffic stop or something like that.
At one point, the group marched onto I-83, a new generation voicing concerns 1 week after George Floyd died in police custody in Minneapolis.
People are enraged about these recent incidents. Makes sense because it's really a continuation of what we've already experienced as black people in this country.
The peaceful march ended at City Hall, where protesters took a knee, and then some officers followed. A sign of solidarity during a period of anguish.
It was just beautiful to see everybody coming out for one cause.
Okay, so earlier tonight, the mayor sent out a letter, and in it, he thanked the thousands of peaceful protesters. I want to read a portion for it to you. Again, he said, "Thank you to the thousands of peaceful protesters who have taken to our streets in pursuit of social justice. Once again, this spanned for several blocks in the downtown area. Started at 4, people started showing up well before that. Thousands of young people participated in this event for a mostly peaceful event all throughout the afternoon and into the evening." Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Joy. Now, WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is also live at City Hall. So, Mike, what are you seeing there right now? Thousands have dispersed, but there are some still there.
Yes, Denise, mostly not right here in front of City Hall, just a few blocks away. And there was an incident where someone was throwing fireworks. Now, the crowd has been checking other members of the crowd to try to keep them in place. We want to show you that view from Chopper 13, a very large crowd that we are looking at right now. Someone was throwing fireworks and other objects at officers earlier. And right now we know that Maryland State Police, they are assisting city police as they try to get this under control. Again, this has been peaceful for the most part throughout the day. However, there is a relatively small group compared to the thousands we saw earlier that police are zeroing in on not far from City Hall. If we can go back out to me here at the scene at City Hall where we saw so much love and peace earlier today. Someone had stenciled the names of police brutality victims in the sidewalk, and you can see now they also put your name here. And people are very mindful that they could be victimized. That's the message that they want to get out there, that there should be reforms in police departments here and nationwide. Baltimore City Police in riot gear stood guard in front of City Hall Monday night as the crowd lingered after a day of peaceful protests over racial injustice and police brutality, sparked by the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis police custody 1 week ago.
Not one person have I seen doing anything other than peace, love. People are saging, people are walking, people are hugging, people are, unfortunately, we're violating COVID, but other than that, we're not on no violent or angry flow. Everybody is just sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Baltimore City Hall has been the focal point for most of the 4 days of demonstrations here. For Clayton Northcraft, one of the most powerful moments was when Baltimore police officers took a knee.
That is the most powerful thing you can see, is when you have thousands of people out here demanding that the cops take a knee for us. And I think that that was the most powerful moment here tonight.
Whoever you vote for, you need to make sure you hold these individuals accountable.
Mayor Jack Young praised the protests as a powerful display of democracy in action, and Congressman Kwesi Mfume was moved by the historic gathering.
My hope and my prayer is that we are seeing in these young people a whole new generation of leaders who feel the same way, who understand right from wrong, and who are, through the simple eloquence of their example, showing other young people how to do things the right way while at the same time standing firm against injustice.
Also, WJZ has confirmed the state's attorney's office will not be pressing charges against the officer in an incident Friday night, where a woman hit a sergeant twice before another officer punched her, knocking her to the ground. The state's attorney's office says while they strongly disagree with the action the officer took, it does not rise to the level of illegality. And prosecutors say there were other ways to diffuse that situation. Now, we're up very close to City Hall. I'm as close as I can get because there's a perimeter here that's significantly wider than it was the other day. You can see there is still a police presence out here, but it is calm. This crowd has really pretty much totally dispersed from City Hall at this point. Back to you on TV Hill.
We know very peaceful today, but again, Maryland State Police has been called in to assist tonight. Let's bring in Kelsey Kushner now. She is live at City Police headquarters with more. Kelsey.
Yeah, Rick, it is really quiet outside City Police headquarters right now. Now, this is about as close as we can get because I've been instructed by police officers to stay on this side of the sidewalk. However, you can see there are dozens of officers that are lined up outside of Baltimore City Police headquarters. There's the barrier there. They are in full riot gear. However, I will say there are no protesters out here at the moment. It is very quiet. They are ready to go in case something happens. Fortunately, right now, it doesn't look like that's happening at this moment. Now, we did march with a group of people from Douglas Homes all the way here to police headquarters. They called for police reform and to end police brutality.
We're gonna fight back.
Outside Douglas Homes on Orleans Street.
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
A group of protesters organized by the People's Power Assembly marched towards Baltimore City Police headquarters.
People are saying we are tired. We are fed up. We cannot take anymore. I'm 78 years old. How long do my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren go through this oppression?
As traffic grew quiet, their voices grew louder.
I can't breathe, and I want to breathe.
If there's no justice, there ain't gonna be no peace.
The video of George Floyd prompted a deep shock to America's soul, and right here in Baltimore.
It sickened me. I was hurt because it's playing over and over and over again.
Fueling the crowds of people filling the streets downtown, Baltimore City police officers lined up outside headquarters, meeting protesters face to face. Many calling for police reform and an end to racism.
Am I next? Because I'm black, so am I next? Like, that's really the question.
Again, here's another live look here outside Baltimore City Police headquarters. Dozens of officers outside. They're in their full riot gear. Fortunately, there doesn't seem to be any protesters who are standing out front right now. However, City Hall is, of course, just right down that street here. So they are ready in case something happens. However, a lot of protesters that I spoke with today say that their goal is to make sure today is peaceful, and they hope that that now continues through the night. Reporting live here, Kelsey Kushner for WJZ.